So, yes, I know this is a different setting. All the lights are off. All you can see is my face and my hands, and maybe a little bit of my shirt. And I just look all spooky and ghostly and whatever, but that's the point, because that's what I want to talk about tonight. It's actually 5 in the morning, or 5 after in the morning, so this is the perfect time to talk about this. I want to talk about ghosts, spirits, and my ghostly experiences and my spiritual experiences, I guess, in a way. My experiences with the paranormal and why I'm a believer, because these three experiences kind of made me a believer in the paranormal and ghosts and spirits and whatnot. I mean, I already kind of believed in them anyway, but these experiences kind of solidified my belief in them. So, yeah. The first experience was kind of a small one, kind of not really that important, but it still affected me. It still, to this day, baffles me and kind of surprises me and confuses me. And still, it's kind of more, the only explanation could be a ghost or a spirit or anything else like that. So, yeah, the first experience was me and my friends were crossing a road in my hometown, I think. We were going somewhere, either going back to one of their houses or somewhere else. I really don't know. I don't remember exactly where we were going, but we were crossing a road, and my two other friends crossed before me, fine and dandy. Nothing happened to them, no weird anything. But as soon as I crossed the road, boom, comes a fucking flying car out of nowhere, going so fast, and yeah, and and all of a sudden, I feel this hand on my shoulder, and then it pulls me back out of the way of the car, not to the ground, but and out of the way enough that I'm not going to get hit. It pulls me back, and I'm left there standing in shock and all that, oh, I just almost got hit. Then I start to realize something just pulled me back, and I look around for me, behind me, you, in front of me, everywhere to see who pulled me back. There was no one there, not a single soul, not a single human being was there. The only thing I saw around me was that car flying off in the distance, and my friends over the cross of the side of the road. That's the only people I saw there, and they didn't pull me back because they were on the other side of the road. So, yeah, I was just sat there in shock and awe and confusion and bafflement. Like, did I seriously, that this seriously just happened? Someone, something just pulled me back and I can't see it? What the fuck just pulled me back? And so I crossed the road back over to my friends, and they were asking me if I was all right, and they can ask me what the fuck happened, why'd you jump back like that, or not jump back, but why'd you fly back like that? Because they didn't understand what happened either. They thought I just moved back kind of like that on my own. And I told them, and one friend was kind of skeptical and didn't believe that I felt a hand on my shoulder pull me back. And the other friend was more believed me and mentioned that it could have been a guardian angel, or that I had a guardian angel. I don't know if this suggestion was a joke or sarcastic or not. I couldn't really tell, but that's what he suggested. That's what he said. Huh, you have a guardian angel, dude. Watching out for you. And I just was like, oh wow. I didn't know what to think of that. in a way, it kind of made me happy. I was creeped out still, of course, but I was still weirdly kind of happy that, something otherworldly or otherwise, spirit, ghost, guardian angel, or whatever, felt the need to save me from getting hit, protected me, and in a way that made me happy. And I know that's weird. I don't know, and I know for sure that I don't know if it was a guardian angel or a ghost or a protective ghost or a friendly ghost just trying to save you, or a friendly spirit or a protective spirit or anything like that. I'm not saying that that's what it was or what it was, but I don't know else how to explain it. So I just used that as an explanation in my head, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Otherwise it doesn't have no logical explanation or no, you know, other explanation. So yeah, next experience is kind of personal, at least to me. And then it's more personal. This one, this one happened at my grandma's house. I was down at the creek because sometimes I go down there to walk around and be around nature and everything. And yeah, so I was down at the creek and I was walking back up the road, up the driveway, walking back up to her house. And I was walking and I started looking at the porch and the porch swing because she has a porch swing on her porch. I was looking up at there and I saw someone sitting there on the porch. And it didn't look like anybody I knew straight away. It definitely was my grandma. It definitely wasn't my mom, because I think my mom was there at the time as well. It wasn't any of them. It looked like a dude, and the closer I got, it looked like a guy. The closer I got, the closer I realized it was my grandpa. He was sitting on the porch. And the strange thing about this is my grandpa passed away 2 years before this. 2 years before this. And yeah, so I was sitting there as I walked closer and staring at my grandpa. And then I eventually just stopped in amazement, like mouth gaped open. Couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was seeing my grandpa sitting on my swing, sitting on the park swing, just like it was nothing. He didn't wave or do anything. He was just sitting there swinging. And I couldn't believe it. I was dumbfounded. I was in shock. I just stood there for a minute there. I maybe thought, oh, I was imagining this or something, but no, he was still there. I even double taked a little bit and he was still there. And then as I walked closer, he sort of just faded away naturally. It was just kind of like as I walked closer, he could have just the he just faded into nothing. So yeah, and then I walked up to the porch, walked up to the porch swing, and it was sitting there, barely moving, but it was moving ever so slightly, and I was dumbfounded, in shock, confused. I honestly thought maybe I imagined the whole thing, but I couldn't understand. Yeah, but I didn't tell anybody about this experience, by the way, because I didn't want to make my grandma sad or bring up past anything. So I just didn't tell anybody. But yeah, honestly, I had no else way to explain it other than it was my grandpa. The spirit of my grandpa came to visit and was shown to me, or appeared to me in a way, maybe just to show that he was watching over me in some manner or form, or that he was still around that house or something. in some way, that he was still watching over me and us and everybody else. Maybe that was why he showed up, or just to me personally, or whatever. I don't know. So that's the only way I could explain it, is the ghost of my grandpa. But yeah, next experience is a little stranger, and it's kind of just out of nowhere that it happened, because next experience had no personal connection, no, you know, protection, or no, some ghost saving me, or it wasn't had no personal thing with me. It just kind of happened randomly out of nowhere. So this one, I was walking down the road. I was living here, and I was walking down the road. I usually walk down. It was early in the morning. It's like maybe 6 in the morning, and eventually look up and I see someone walking a good distance away from me, but still, unable to see them, and whatever. I was thinking, oh, that's weird. Someone's walking 6 in the morning, kind of early. It's kind of weird. Usually, I don't see that many people at 6 in the morning. The most I see is cars every so often. I don't see anybody else walking usually. So I thought that's weird. Someone else is walking. So I walk further, and the further I walk, the further they get away, and I never really catch up to this person. And they're just walking, and I'm just walking. Then eventually, it comes to a point where they just out of existence. They just pop out of existence. It's not a gradual fade, or they just kind of turn into smoke or anything. They just kind of just in a blink of an eye, and I didn't see him anymore. And I'm like, okay, I'm either tired and imagining things because I'm up so early, or that was just ghost or spirit popping out of existence. Otherwise, I don't know how to explain it. And it just happened out of nowhere. I kind of just stood there for a little bit, shook my head, and said, "Did that just fucking happen? Did that just really just happen?" And I could never explain that one other than a ghost. I mean, all these experiences are explained in a way. It was a ghost. It was a guardian angel. It was a spirit of some kind. But yeah, other than that, there's real no, you know, other explanation. And before anybody says about the last one that, oh, that person must have just took off in the other direction into the woods or maybe into the field and you just didn't see it. They were walking on this right side of the road. I was walking on the right side of the road as well. Same side. If they would have took off in the opposite direction into the woods, or the other direction into the field, I would have saw them. I would have saw them cross the road. I would have saw them walk into the field, because the field's open. There's no trees, bushes, or anything around that big ass field where they were walking. And then before anybody says, "Oh, they disappeared somewhere else," or they just darted real fast into the woods and hid, I would have seen it. I blinked. I would have seen someone disappearing into the woods. Even if I blinked, even if I blinked and they were gone, I would still see them like disappearing into the woods. I didn't see that. I just blinked and they were gone. They kind of popped out of existence after I blinked. So yeah, those are my ghost experiences. There's another kind of ghost experience, but I kind of want to make a full video about that because it's not really a ghost experience, but it kind of deals with spiritual crap, spiritual stuff, paranormal stuff. It kind of deals with that, but they want to make a whole video about that. So look forward to that coming in the future, maybe, because it's that experience is bizarre as well, and yeah. So look forward to another experience, paranormal, whatever video in the future. So yeah, I basically just wanted to talk about this because I felt like sharing. And it's late at night, so I figured it was a perfect time in a perfect setting. It's kind of spooky and lighting spooky, and it's like fucking nighttime, almost morning now. So yeah, sorry if this went too long, and sorry if the audio is not the greatest in this, because I'm trying to be quiet but still be audible at the same time because my mom's asleep in the other room. So yeah, but yeah, that's the video. That's my ghost experiences so far. Besides another one, which I'll talk about later. So yeah, I'll see everybody later. Bye.